The most difficult thing in the world is to allow ourselves what we are supposed to be into. And whatever we are supposed to be into, if we are not, because there is a lack of clarity, and the lack of clarity is equivalent to distractions. And there are different layers of distraction. But distraction is not about one being bad or XYZ. It is all about not having the insightful purpose with which one should be able to navigate his way through to reach or to do what is assigned or expected of him to do. That is the reason why there is an upheaval in our emotions, because there is no clarity, there is no precision of thought. And in the absence of the precision of thoughts, there lies a gamut of confusing voices that keeps nagging us down. It keeps arising itself in the forms of skepticism, doubts, cynicism, and apprehensions about the people and the situation. There are a number of changes one cannot overcome with the present mental state of being. That is the reality. And once we transcend this mental barrier that we have shielded ourselves with in order to protect our identity, unless that is broken, there is no possibility of any growth. Hence, the only way you can actually make your way through this is to become as much uncomfortable as possible. And that will require you to jump out of this time-lined bandwidth. This time-lined bandwidth is all about being in that comfort zone, going out there, becoming as uncomfortable with those people and those situations which actually we cannot put up with. I have heard many times that, oh, people do not respect it, don't go there. Well, have we done enough work to garner that level of respect from those people whom we are expecting it from? What have we done? Just being who we are, just being a son or daughter, or being in a specific setup does not entitle one to harbor more respect and honor. If you don't get it, look within yourself. And I have personally been put down in so many times, but I realize that it's me who is stopping myself from not coming up front. Oh, there could be a number of reasons that this is not the place for me to showcase whatever I can or can garner respect out of my skill. Maybe I may understand that this place may not be the most conducive platform for me to showcase my talent or showcase anyone's talent for that matter. So you know that it's better to look dumb. So it is important to look dumb at the wrong place. People should consider you dumb so that you can actually be more aptly prompted for the things that awaits you, and that is far more better than the present situation. So I have seen those realities surfacing on the lives of so many of them in my personal life, because they once looked inferior, but over a period of time, when they got to the place where they had been waiting for, and then they rose up to that glory, which they could never have had if they had demanded prestige or honor at the wrong place, because they would have been stuck there. So the only thing actually can keep you afloat in these times is the reality changing itself and having many facets of understanding. And if you get caught in one of those facets of understanding, you will just know that part only, and do not expect yourself to know the entirety of the whole thing. And you will know reality by just holding on to one branch of the tree. And you cannot just describe the entire tree just by holding one small branch of it. Who knows, it may be very fragile. If you kind of try to shake it up, it may fall off. So with your eyes closed, of course, by holding one most brittle form of a branch of a tree, you cannot know the very strength of the tree at the very root of it. So the whole idea is the sense of skepticism arises only in the absence of clarity. There is nothing bad, there's no one bad. If you find someone being distracted in a way that is not appreciated, it does mean just one thing, that the person doesn't have that insightfulness or doesn't have that depth of understanding yet. And in the midst of that confusion, he is distracted. If the person gets clear about it, who knows? He may jump the timeline and achieve much more than what is expected out of him. So you never know anyone. The only thing that needs to be understood is by programming your subconscious mind, by changing the self-belief about yourself, by changing the shift of what you are and what you like to be. If there is a sense of anxiety in that space, the most probable thing that may happen to you, you'd never be comfortable with the things that you desire in your life. So changing the very thought patterns, it would actually be as good as saying that changing the very waves of your mind. That will require training of the neurons in your body, in your system, that you already have what you desire for, or you always orient yourself in such a way that is in alignment with what you would like to achieve, even though you haven't achieved it as yet. That is so profound. So it's like your behavior syncs with the desire itself, though it has not been manifested yet. And if this is repeated over a period of time, there will be a time that you will have those things coming into your life and you would not be agitated having it, because it would seem as if that I've always had it, but it was not manifested. I've always had it, but it was not manifested. Now it has been manifested. So I am very cool having it. I'm very okay having it. There's no anxiety as such. So in this wavelength and mindset, you are more programmed for success. That's why the behavior at this point in time shall match with the frequency of your manifestation, which has not manifested itself as yet, but is your desire. And that desire is equivalent to the things which has already been manifested without having the very physical presence of it. But in your mind, in your behavior, it's already there. So once you operate like that, that you are going beyond the very boundary of your mental connotation. You are going beyond the confinement of your own illusion that you have created just by behaving yourself in sync with the things that you desire to manifest in your life. So how's your behavior working towards you? That's a big question. And if your behavior is in favor of the things that you'd like to attract, most probably in coming time, you will have it without making a big fuss about it. Namaskaram.